Hey guys, what is up? We're back with another week of Call of the Night Season 2. And I know this has nothing to do with the show, but I never showed you guys what I got. At least one thing from Anime Expo. This is like my second Geto figurine. Like, do you not see the 35 bucks? 35 bucks that I got from a boot. Best 35 bucks I've ever spent. Okay. Sometimes when you go to these conventions, you know you can get a deal, bro. You really can get a deal. But yeah, you see that? You see that? Fire, 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 fire. Just saying. But anywho, back to we'll just put him here. He's probably gonna fall. Yep. Just put him there. But anyway, from last week's episode, we had it where they're now trying to figure out, because Anko, after she shanked my boy, I forgot his name real quick, come to find out that a vampire's greatest weakness is what was personal to them as an item before they basically converted or was changed to dwell in the night. You know, in this case, his Akon was his glasses that he used to wear as a human, right? And so with Anko, with that information, makes it easy for her to target vampires. Again, we don't know what her vendetta is, but she's going to use that as a way to target each and every single one of them to defeat them. Now the vampires are trying to remember and then find their personal item that they had as a human that they considered their greatest weakness. In terms of Nazuna, since she barely has any memories of when she was a human, mind you, she hasn't been a vampire for extremely long, probably at best 30 to 40 years. So now she's trying to recall her steps and her memories by going to this somewhat abandoned hospital where Cabra is working, even though the lights are off. And this is all because of an unnamed ID card associated with that hospital. So it's just like, okay, Cabra, what are you hiding? And Nazuna, what are you not remembering specifically? So without further ado, let's get into Call of the Night Season 2, Episode 4. Why are they? So there's something that she knows. Okay. What? Why is it closed off? I know you want to drink some of that. Is she remembering somebody? The way they made this look like something straight out of a horror movie. Oh, oh my lord. Not Capita doing NTR, bro. What? She was nervous. It's either Nazuna is purposely making her kugel. It's either, like I was saying, Nazuna is either purposely making herself light, or my boy Ko is actually pretty strong to just be walking with her on his back. I mean, she did tell y'all that room is in. I would have just went up in that room. Well, no, actually, I wouldn't. Did I say that Nazuna may remember something? No, she wants to go. You can still see her. Yo, she just snatched. She just snatched it. Daughter. What would it be? Hey, yo. I forgot she can phase. Huh. Hold on. So if she's not your offspring, what? They knew each other, but power was on in that room. What? So why do you lock off that room? I'm not getting it. Her blood? For what? What is their relationship with each other? Was she okay? So this is done when they were human. Haru. So it was never Nazuna. And she does sound a little different. And she showed in the picture, so definitely, human. Yeah, she missed out on a lot. she feels like, bro, what happened? Damn. Okay. I kind of understand why she acts like the way she does as a vampire. Oh, she got her hair. Oh, you can't just say go. I mean, okay, so by that time, Nazuna must have been already a vampire because she does have her fangs. But she showed up in picture. Wait, I'm trying to like. Yes, you do. Doesn't have no. They're not really listening to you. Ooh. They just offering her stuff and they know she has a frail body, but they like things that she can't really do because she can't overexert her body. She used to be a smoker. But you can't do that if you're always in the hospital. Okay, so Nazuna was already a vampire at this point. But she was a completely different person. So you did change her. So she did change her. Isn't this from season 1? I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. First and foremost, Kabuto says she's older than Nazuna, right? But then we're getting memories because Nazuna drank Kabuto's blood, her blood before she converted, right? Now she's dealing with a nurse by the name of Haru that looks like Nazuna, but she has a completely different voice. But she's saying she's. I'm so confused. Again, I did not read the manga, so I don't want no spoilers. Okay, she's older than Nazuna, but there's a vampire that looks exactly like Nazuna. So it's not Nazuna. It's not her. There's nothing to differentiate between the two. The only thing is the voice. And I mean, if you was probably reading the manga at the time when this was showing, you couldn't tell the difference. Oh, you might say the hair, but like hair grows. Okay. Hair grows. If she was keeping it short consistently and decided within the last 2 years prior to the current storyline to grow her hair out, that's different. But she's saying she is older than Nazuna. It's older than Nazuna. But the problem here now is vampires can't be reflected in human technology, right? aka mirrors and photos. Obviously, Haru was reflected in the photo. Unless in this world, vampires can be captured on photo. But and it goes to show Kabuto was a weak, frail human who wasn't understood by anybody from her parents to her friends. And she just despised, she hated that the fact that technically she was weak. She wasn't free. Okay, and also she was, questioning her sexuality. So, like, probably in her family life and culture, even though people might say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that, she wasn't expected. So she hated practically everything about herself, and by extension, the people that was forcing these ideologies and roles she had to play on her, and she couldn't combat it. I'm still here. bro, I'm gonna go off on the freaking far limb, west side, east side, whatever. I'm gonna go off the limb. Hear me out. Hear me out. If Kabra says that she is older than Nazuna, but the vampire Haru in the memories has a total different voice, she has shorter hair, and from what Kabra said, Nazuna never changed her. She is not the offspring of Nazuna. I'm gonna go off on the limb. I could be 110% wrong, because you know how I am on the channel, bro. You know how I am at this point. Like, it's either I can be 100% wrong or somewhat right or 110% right. And this is where I have you guys coming in, but of course no spoilers. I'm gonna go off on the limb that Haru is either, not a, I'm gonna go off on the limb because of how she speaks. She sounds very mature. Like, she knows a whole bunch of stuff. She's been dealing with a lot of stuff. She's been here long enough. I'm gonna go off on the limb with the few clues we got. Haru is, it's either one, she's a sibling, an older sibling of Nazuna, or she's her mom. It's either that. It's one of the two. It's either she's a sibling who's at least 10 plus years older than Nazuna, or she's her mom. And if she's her mom, gosh, then copy and print. I mean, the same thing could be for a sibling, but like, probably I might be leaning towards the parent, because it's not far-fetched that we've seen in anime, manga, video games, manhwa, we've seen copy paste of the children of parents. It's literally not far off. You know, I've read too much, I've watched too much, I played too much games to not see copy and paste with very little variation. If it's not a sibling, then it's most definitely a parent. Now, this also makes me wonder, if she is the parent to Nazuna, if Haru is Nazuna's mother, hear me out. Was Nazuna born as a vampire, or was she changed? Was like, it would make me wonder if Nazuna was changed by aka either her relative, because we don't know the status, like if she's the sister or mother. Was she changed by her, or was she changed by another vampire? Because the reason I'm saying that is, it's not every day we see, it's happened in media, of course, it's happened in media, but it's not every day we see or know of a vampire parent, particularly the mother, having an offspring look resemblance to them like that. Like, quite literally. I mean, the only one I can probably think of, because it's more so like you always see like the father being the vampire or some monster, and then the mother usually is a human, you know? So it's not every day you see like the opposite happen. You know, I was about to say Castlevania, but I just remember Alucard. His father's Dracula. His father's a vampire. His mother is human. So that doesn't like I said, it's not often we see where the mother's usually the monster or the creature or whatever. It's usually always the father. It's usually the father, right? But that's only if she is the mother. Again, she could be a sibling, an older sibling, 10 plus years older than Nazuna is. But then it makes me also wonder what caused Nazuna now, because this is where it's going to really go further into the series, right? What caused Nazuna to not remember anything. She doesn't even remember her mother, if that's her mother. She doesn't remember her relative. But Cabra knows. And Cabra didn't say nothing to Nazuna, or she's keeping information purposely hidden from Nazuna. Because if she says, drink my blood to understand me, she's also saying, drink my blood so you can get a better understanding of yourself. What was she hiding from Nazuna all this time? And by extension, because of that, it also probably leads to problems with now, since Nazuna has no recollection or very little of, what are the chances for like her actions towards Ko? Because they will eventually have a direct effect on Ko, because she is missing bits and pieces of herself. And the only people that probably really know her is Cabra. Probably other vampires too, but it looks like Cabra knows most of it, given the fact that she has history with Nazuna's relative in the past. So those are things that I'm wondering about, because this episode had me scratching my head, because I'm thinking that's Nazuna. But if it's not Nazuna, based on what Cabra said, then it's a relative who looks very much like Nazuna with little differentiation. So again, if you're a manga reader, of course, no spoilers further than the chapter this episode has adapted from. But like I said, if I'm 110% wrong, you can tell me, be respectful about it. But you can tell me down in the comment section below, how do you feel about this episode versus the chapter it adapted from. Anime onlys, what are your guesses, your predictions? I would love to read your comments down below. The links are in the description box, so you guys go check it out. And I'm Kimmy-chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! With